Hello and welcome to 442's World Cup in Motion. Throughout the World Cup, myself and the rest of the team will be going live pretty much every day to talk through the action, the goals, the drama, and all the biggest talking points from Qatar. There are just 2 days to go until the World Cup kicks off, with the hosts Qatar taking on Ecuador on Sunday. Before then, we want to talk through some of the weird and wonderful things we've noticed this week and to ask you guys your thoughts on things. So make sure you comment below. And we'll get stuck into some of your questions too. Now, let me introduce everybody first. Ketch, the deputy editor. Tell us what you're wearing. We've got some fantastic clobber on the call. Why don't you talk us through that?
Yeah, so I've gone for a bucket hat. You can see the good people at Classic Football Shirts have produced that.
Classic hat.
It's coming home. I'm just trying to get in the mood because it's tough, isn't it? To get into the mood for a Winter World Cup. So I've gone for that, and I've got the 2018 England anthem jacket. So
Very nice.
That's who I'm wearing, yeah.
Excellent stuff. We'll go to, I've got to say, I'm liking what Connor's got on. Connor is our online editor. What is that beautiful thing you've draped in?
I'm showing the Belgium away shirt for this World Cup, which has got some lovely little kind of lined bits, which... slightly pajama-esque, but because it's quite a plain top otherwise, but the little trims on it are lovely. I'm amazed that we've got multiple bucket hats on the call. I don't own a single bucket hat.
We're going to have 5 bucket hats on this call by the third or fourth.
They do swimming shorts, don't they? That go with that.
Oh God, yeah. The Belgium away swimming shorts, an absolute thing of beauty. They've got the lining that you get under the arm here, but as a pair of swimming shorts, they're beautiful. I'm getting those.
Can get you wearing them by
definitely.
by the end of the group stage.
If England win the World Cup, I will find a beach to go and swim in on Christmas Day in the Belgium away shorts. Definitely.
It's a promise. You said it.
Yeah, you can keep that one.
On the on 442.com right now, you can see a ranking of the World Cup kits. Every home and away kit from this World Cup. So, Connor, just as a little test, do you know where that shirt is on our list? I do, by the way, so don't worry. I'm not going to leave you hanging, but do you know where that
I think it scored really highly. I think it might have been a top 5 shirt. Was it 5th?
It isn't. I don't know who you've got working for that website, but they all need to go.
I have no idea.
10th, that kit came. 10th. Stunned.
Not bad.
The kit which came higher, and Ryan's going to tell us exactly where, is the one he's wearing. Staff writer Ryan, what have you got on?
Yeah, the lovely Germany shirt here. It's my favourite kit, I think, of the World Cup. I think maybe Ed, yours, the one you've got on, is the only thing that can match it. Where's yours from?
Mate, not according to the staff here at 442. Your kit came third. This, in my opinion, is the best kit of the entire World Cup. It's South Korea's away kit. 15th.
Yeah, that's way too low. I'm
not
happy
playing
with
that. We did this.
It's the badge. It's got a dreadful badge that I think completely takes it out of the running.
I like the badge.
It's a beautiful shirt, but that badge is Pro Evo soccer all over.
I can't believe what I'm hearing, honestly. And Mark, another staff writer, looks like you got Brazil on.
I have got Brazil. Yeah, I don't know what it is about this shirt. I really like it. I don't know if it's like the Jaguar pattern on it or the fact that on the collar, I don't know if you can see, put my cup of tea down. It's got the Brazil flag on the button.
That's a lovely
think that's
detail.
a really nice touch, yeah. I understand that this isn't going to live long in the memory for many Brazil fans, this shirt, unless they win the tournament, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's no 1970, but I'm liking it.
It's a beauty. There's some good ones, and like I said at the start of this live, we have got a full rundown, full ranking of all the kits. So make sure you go to 442.com and basically tell us where we went wrong, because we've already started doing that and we made the list. So I'm sure you guys will have plenty to say. One of the things I wanted to start off with was if you guys can remember at the Euros, who remembers Phil Foden dyeing his hair blonde, Gaza style?
Who can forget?
It basically just broke 3 Lions Twitter for the day. Everyone absolutely loved it. And I think Mark has given us some suggestions of what some of the other England players could do for this tournament in an attempt to break the internet. Let's have a run through those.
Yeah.
Talk us through it, Mark. Why on earth have you done this to Harry Kane?
Just to begin with, I am aware of the irony of me taking the mick out of people's hair. But Harry Kane, I've gone with the David Beckham cornrows, famously that he wore in a meeting with Nelson Mandela. And yeah, I personally think this would be a great look for the England captain. Not sure he'd get on board, but yeah,
it sort of suits him, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. I think it's he's kind of blonde, isn't he? So
with Kane though,
it works.
I worry that this is going to be his last major tournament with proper hair. He's just going a bit. I'm just worried he's going to have the Shearer Island for the next major tournament. It's getting a bit thin.
The McLaren Island.
Either that, or he'll just go full skinhead for USA, and yeah, I can see that happening.
Like that.
Yeah, again, this is another Beckham classic. This is the Mohawk, and yeah, it weirdly works. I don't know if it's just because Jack Grealish is the most handsome man in the world, but
you can't take his head of hair he's got right now. I think though, it's too good.
No, that's true. Yeah. He has already got an iconic
I think the problem here is you've got to have the right head shape for that haircut.
Yeah.
And I think the truth is we simply don't know what kind of shape Jack Grealish's head is because he's got so much hair.
Yeah, that's true.
He looks good there, but would he pull it off in real life? I'm not so sure.
It's a very good point.
Speaking of pulling haircuts off.
Oh yes. Now
fantastic.
We're talking. Now we're talking.
That's brilliant.
That's fantastic.
I actually showed this one to my sister, and she said, "That's not his hair, is it?" I was like, "No." She was like, "Does he have long hair?" I was like, "No, not really."
But if we got Brazil in the quarterfinal, I'd be worried if he's sporting that look.
It was all the ponytail's fault, that Ronaldinho goal. Is that what you're saying?
I don't think it helped. So
what you're saying is if Bruno Guimaraes gets a free kick 40 yards from goal, we should just put our wall on the line.
He'll try it. Yeah, he'll try it. Yeah, he'll try it.
I saw a website the other day that did so I'm just going to say I saw a website the other day that did a ranking of the best mustaches in video game history. And I thought David Seaman from the late 1990s FIFA games was a notable absence. I thought he really deserved to be on that list.
As a mustache man, you're a strong opinion on that.
Now
here's Lino.
So that is obviously Carlos Valderrama, who is still rocking the blonde perm. He must be in his 50s now, surely. I mean, that haircut is one of my defining memories of France '98, and I was
just about to say the same thing. Yeah.
For Ryan on the call, Ryan's. Are you 23, Ryan?
Yeah, I was born after that tournament, so.
Yeah, so you have no idea what this is. You think this is some kind of Pat Butcher thing, but yeah.
Do you think Valderrama had that curl, or are those his natural tight curls?
I think it's a wig head.
Valderrama's
real. There's no way that's real, surely.
I think he's had a pre-tournament perm.
Maybe.
And I like it.
Yeah.
But if you look at recent photos of him, he's still got it,
Now, do we have any more of these monstrosities?
Yeah, this is the last one.
We've got one more, yeah.
These have really set the tone for what these Facebook Lives and YouTube Lives are going to be throughout the tournament, I think. We're going
make sure
in
you
strong.
tune in, guys.
Don't want to miss any more of these, do you?
Of course.
If he's got anything about him, Neymar will do this for the opening game.
This really would break the internet, I think.
Yeah.
It would be incredible if he rocked up for the first game with that on his head. It would be amazing.
He suits it.
He only did it for a laugh as well, didn't he, Ronaldo? he was
Can
having
I
his
ask about
haircut,
this? Can I ask about
they just started shaving it from the back.
Right? Because I heard. Can someone
and he decided to keep it for a laugh.
Well, I heard a different rumor. I heard that he did it so that his son could recognize him.
Yeah, that's
on
what
the
I heard that.
Why would he recognise him though if he's never done it before?
Just so he stood out.
You watch him. He's that idiot with the
If
fringe
he's not
and
known
nothing
for
else.
doing that, then that's a bizarre thing to do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it'd be great to see. You know, I love iconic throwbacks, and that would be right up there.
Neymar, if you're watching, you know what to do.
And he probably is. Let's face it.
He probably is. Yeah, he's a massive fan of Facebook Lives.
Foden did the Gaza for Euro 2020. He didn't score at the Euros, did he?
No, he hit the
he?
post against
No.
Scotland.
Yeah. If he'd scored in that opening game, would he have run and done the dentist chair behind the goal?
Good question.
He should have done.
I mean,
it was.
Do you think he had it up his sleeve? He might have done.
Who would
He
have
was
joined
that
him?
kind
Jack Grealish would have loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it
wasn't
was
the
that kind
picture,
of
was it?
weather as well, wasn't it?
I just wonder if they had it planned. I hope they did.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish and Slabhead with the water bottles. Now, speaking of the current crop, I believe the England squad have been decked out in their what I can only assume are very expensive M&S suits, looking the part. We got a photo of that, right? Can we have a little look? Look at that.
What I like about this is it's just here's the guys just casually hanging out at St George's, whereas normally it's quite formal. They're just chilling out on some wooden crates, and I'm worried about.
It looks like a school photo, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about Maddison. Looks a bit Ashley Cole there on the
Oh, he
left.
does.
I think it looked quite awkward all around, to be honest. I'll go against that. I think they're all putting their laughs on and smiling a bit too much. Connor Cody's going a bit far, I think.
Yeah, he has taken it a bit far. Yeah.
I love Ryan Dabbs coming out heavily against this particular photo.
Also,
Yeah,
why
I
are they
feel
wearing
like-
t-shirts?
I feel like Gareth
It should be a
Southgate.
proper suit.
Gareth Southgate looks cropped into this because he's on a different level of seat to everyone else, and it just kind of puts him on a weird level. Well, Marcus Rashford down, or do you think he's crouching?
I
What is
think
going
he's
on
crouching.
there? He's not that short.
Why is Southgate
No,
got
no,
a walking stick
no.
as well?
He's definitely not that short.
Looks like he's got like a walking cane.
Yeah,
I think the lighting of it is a bit.
does Southgate have a cane?
Yeah. Interesting. They're all smiling. They're all looking happy, and I think the suits.
I like
pretty
it.
good.
And Southgate's wearing a different shirt, isn't he? Him and Conor Gallagher have got a buttoned-up shirt, but everyone else has got a t-shirt on.
Oh, they've mixed it up. The zip. Oh, they've got a
Didn't
little
even
quarter zip.
notice that, yeah.
I like it. Ryan, I'm sorry, I'm
Ramsdale
against
as
you.
well.
I'm all for this sort of this fun picture.
Fair enough.
Oh, I am not. Now,
I think
lads,
if,
also... I was going to say, lads, also there is a... Speaking of Gaz's hair in 96 and all that, there is a new Three Lions song harking back to those days. Who's heard it? What are the reviews? What are the lyrics saying?
I've just watched the video. I think it's very, very funny. It's you've got to take it with a pinch of salt. Have a listen. The lyrics, they don't exactly scan the updated lyrics, but it's a great tribute to the Lionesses. Great tribute to the original video from 1996, and it's Badil and Skinner, so it's always going to be funny, and I think they've done a good job. I enjoy it.
Yeah, it
Is
doesn't flow
there
as well
a
as.
standout line?
Yeah, 20 weeks of hurt, never stopped us dreaming, in reference to the Lionesses. Recent. Made
Oh
Coleman win.
yeah, that's good.
That is
very
quite
good.
I don't want to spoil it. Have a listen. And watch the video. The video is very funny. I think they've done a good job. Good use of CGI.
I'm glad they've done that with the Lionesses thing, because although the Lionesses obviously deserve a place in the great song, I did think, well, they're going to ruin it because they've just won something. That song's about sort of being crap, and they're not.
Yeah.
So I didn't know how they were going to do that, but that is quite a funny line. I like that.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Ed. The song is totally about faith beyond reason, isn't it? And so the idea that, well, we won something like less than 6 months ago does slightly ruin the concept. So the idea that you just kind of reappropriate that and treat it as though it was a long time ago, I think definitely makes a lot of sense from a comedic aspect.
It's nice as well because they sang Three Lions in the press conference when they won.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
And
watch the video.
I
Watch the
believe
video,
that's
you'd be
that's
in for
the
a
start of the
treat.
video, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice to have that little reference in there as well.
Now, speaking of the Lionesses winning, we've had a comment from AT, who's asked, "Will England win? And if not, who?" Ryan, why don't you answer AT for us? Will England win?
Definitely not. I just can't see it. I don't think they're playing that well, particularly. I think there are better teams at the tournament. Do you want to get me to give my prediction on who will win?
Yeah, mate, you've got to chance your arm. If you're saying it, not England, AT wants to know who.
I think quite controversially, I think Germany will win it. The team I've got on my shirt. I think I just look at that midfield and I just love it. Musiala, Gundogan, Kimmich. I just think they'll completely dominate teams. They've got Havertz up top, who I'm not particularly a fan of, but I just think they'll somehow find a way. I like Flick as a coach, so yeah, they're my pick.
Ed, you live in Germany.
I live in Germany.
You're recording from Berlin. What's the vibe out there at the minute? Are they excited for the World Cup? I know everyone seems to love Hansi Flick. Tell us.
Our man on the ground.
Yeah, indeed. The Germans are very excited, of course. There's obviously a feeling of redemption required, considering how awful they were in 2018. Didn't even make it out of the groups. And most German fans do share Ryan's points there. They do think the midfield is really good. Obviously, the excitement of the young Jamal Musiala. And they are slightly worried about centre forward as well. You know, they used to have these classic centre forwards, and the likes of Rudy Fuller and Miroslav Klose and Mario Gomez, and they've often relied a lot on a big man up top scoring goals. And Havertz isn't really that sort of player, but there is a bit of excitement about Niklas Füllkrug, Werder Bremen striker, who basically was never capped before. He's ripe old age of 30. And he is a proper classic target man. And there's a good chance he'll actually play. He scored on his debut for Germany. And he's obviously bang up for it. It's a bit like when Ricky Lambert got a cap for England and everyone was willing him to score. It seems like they've found the missing piece, maybe. So there's a chance that Havertz isn't the main man and that they'll go with it. But there's definitely a feeling that they need to do something after last time.
Sorry, Ed, and Mario Götze is back in the squad as well, isn't he?
Mario Götze is back, yeah.
So will he play much of a role? Because obviously he scored the winning goal in 2014. I was a huge fan of him at the time, and it was great. And then his career really tailed off for a few years. Hasn't been in the setup. I was really excited to see him back in because it made me feel young again. But is there any chance that he'll play and have an impact?
Well, it is a really lovely story because, unlike some footballers sort of going off the boil or getting too much too soon and losing their focus, his decline was very much to do with health reasons. He had some metabolic issue and he couldn't keep weight off and things like that. So it's actually really nice. Speaking of Germany trying to, get redemption, there's a chance that he can come back and play a role. I don't think he's going to play from the start. But he might come on in games when things are tight and they need a goal because he sort of rediscovered that sort of creative spark that he seemed to have lost at Frankfurt this season and while on loan at PSV. While at PSV before. So it is a really nice story. I don't think he's going to play a big role, but it's great to have him back, definitely.
Ed, just a comment from one of the viewers. Füllkrug, he's 29 until he's 30. So just get that right with you.
I'd like to apologise to Static for that mistake. By the way, all anyone commenting, please come down on us like a ton of bricks for things like that. We mustn't be allowed to get away with that.
Just completely,
I think some of my family are watching.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Love the hands up. Yeah.
Oh, that could be to me. To be fair, that could be my family.
It could be.
Actually, you didn't talk us through your hat earlier. I mean, I can work out what it is, but
it's the
mention it when you
Euro '96 goalkeeper shirt, isn't it?
And not only that, lads, but I can also have
Oh my word!
the Euro '96
Oh,
away shirt. I can choose.
Phew.
That's sort of bucket hat. Sort of bucket hat we're dealing with here.
Yeah, 2 for
They
1.
don't make goalkeeper tops like they did in the 90s anymore, do they? You're in fact that South Korea shirt looks like it should be a 95 era goalie top. But
Adidas have made some. Yeah, Adidas have made some retro shirts, but I don't think the keepers are going to wear them in Qatar, which is a real missed opportunity.
Yeah, I think so. I love them.
Mm.
They're great.
Honestly.
Now,
Also,
with predictions in mind, lads, we are going to do a classic Brendan Rodgers style envelope guessing game. So we're going to make some predictions, pop them in an envelope, and then we're going to reveal just how wrong probably nearly all of us were before the final. So
I'm ready.
I want you to write down on a piece of paper top scorer, how far England will get, and who your dark horse is. Pop it in an envelope.
Top scorer.
I've already written mine.
Diego Forlan's not there, is he?
Diego Forlan.
He's not there, is he? No.
Mine are here as well. And we're going to reveal those on the final day.
Connor, can I just see you seal your envelope?
Seal
On
it.
camera,
There's
please.
no funny business going on here.
I couldn't find an envelope, so I'm just going to fold it. And now no one
That's
can
void.
no
That
one can
one's
tamper
void.
with that. That's obviously folded.
Okay, there we go. We'll open those on the eve of the World Cup final. I mean, I'm already embarrassed by now.
Yeah.
So my pen's not working. It's all right. I got another one. I came prepared. Oh no, that's an eyeliner. Sorry. Hang on.
Shambles.
Now, speaking of predictions, I want to talk about the first game this weekend. The opener, Qatar against Ecuador, wasn't initially scheduled to be the opener, but FIFA found a way. God bless them. FIFA found a way. Let's hear all of our predictions for the opening game. Start with you, Ketch. What do you reckon is going to happen? Are Qatar going to surprise a few people, or Ecuador going to crush their spirit straight off the bat?
The beauty of of a World Cup is I have no idea. You know, I don't know any of the Qatar players or the Ecuador players, so anything can happen. It's like I could go on 442.com and have a read of the extensive squad page for each, but I'm actually not going to for this game because I want it to be like Christmas Day where you haven't shook your presents. I want to be surprised. I want, maybe Qatar will run over Ecuador, or vice versa. We've got no idea, and I think that's part of the fun of the World Cup. So I'm going to go 5-0 Ecuador because who knows what could happen.
Ryan, what are you saying?
Well, there was that story that came out overnight that Qatar have paid Ecuador players to go in at halftime 1-0 down. So if that's true, I'll go 2-1 Ecuador because former West Ham striker Enner Valencia, that's one player playing for Ecuador.
I think we should make clear that those are unfounded allegations. Right?
There's that story. I'll go 2-1. Enner Valencia, 2 goals. The former West Ham striker.
Connor, what are you saying?
Well, as you know, I'm a big fan of both Qatari and Ecuadorian football, almost exclusively. So I won't really be watching any of the games during this World Cup. This is very much the final for me. I think Qatar will probably do quite well. I think often the host nations do surprise us by overperforming. I think actually, when we talk about Qatar not having a big history of football, that they have put in a lot of investment over the last 20 years to try and grow it as a sport there. And we've seen big names go over there and take their ideas over there. We've seen, Xavi went over there, and I think he has helped incubate a better football and culture there. And so this is when we see whether it pays off. But I wouldn't be surprised if Qatar actually do okay and get to the knockout stages, and I think they'll beat Ecuador.
Okay, Mark.
Yeah, I agree with Connor. I think they won the Asian Cup, was it? Qatar recently? Yeah. And I don't believe in Ryan's extraordinary conspiracy theory.
Pretty disgusting, actually, what Ryan thought.
Yeah.
That's what I heard overnight.
I think, I don't know. I think Qatar as well. I think what's really exciting about this game is that Ecuador have got 2 kits to choose from. They've got a yellow kit and a white kit, and they both look really nice. They're both ranked quite high on our list. But actually, the dark red of Qatar, that's not an Arsenal shirt. That's a Qatar shirt up there. Yeah, I'm going to go for Qatar 3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, my two penneth is that I also believe Ryan's pretty disgusting rumour. So I'm actually going to say that they have done that. It's not reflective of 4-4-2, just my own views. I think Qatar are going to win this one comfortably. So I'm going to back Qatar as well. But it's not just what we have predicted, because do any of you guys remember at the 2006 World Cup, an incredibly talented octopus called Paul, who predicted the results of all of Germany's games perfectly?
Yeah.
Guy.
Do I?
He was a legend.
Well,
Yeah.
I believe we have our own animal, Mystic Meg, Mark
Mystic
Cat.
Mog.
Mystic Mog.
Mystic Mog.
Qatar
So that's
draw.
her going for
Qatar.
Qatar.
She's gone for.
That was, yeah. This is Rosie, by the way. Yeah, she's gone for Qatar.
Wow, comfortably.
Yeah,
So I did let her sort of go from the end that Qatar was.
Yeah, this sounds like one of Ryan's rumours.
Yeah. So I
little bit
think we
biased.
have to improve the production value of this a little bit and actually do this a little bit better. But she was just so desperate to get the food that she just went straight for Qatar. So, you know,
either that
maybe
or she was so overwhelmed with the urge to tell us that Qatar have won.
exactly. And I think she also agrees that Qatar have put in a lot of investment to this team over the last decade, and she has also followed the career of Xavi Al-Sad, and you know that's also a determining factor. So I've got lots of cats. If she's got it wrong, one of the other ones, you know, we'll get through them all. They can all have a go.
Now, lads, I want to talk about the list that's just dropped on 442.com this morning. We have done the definitive list of 100 greatest players in the world right now ahead of this tournament. Obviously, if some, Qatari or Ecuadorian fires their country to glory, then we may have to revise the list just before Christmas. But Mark, what did you make of the list? Did you enjoy putting it together?
Yeah.
Are you satisfied with the top 10?
Yeah, I think I'm quite satisfied with the top 10. We've gone for somebody top 10. I won't reveal who. We've gone for somebody top 10 who's not even at the tournament, which is quite a bold thing to have done. But yeah, I think that we've got a very, very good 100 on the list. When you think of some of the players that we actually left off, and we were going through, what about this one? You're going, oh, he's good, but is he better than whoever's at 99, 98, 97? It was really tricky. I think we've got a few surprises on the list as well, actually, but it's very well founded. For example, Ketch will tell us all how great Bruno Guimaraes is. I wouldn't have expected him a year, 2 years ago to be as high up on the top 100 players in the world as he was.
Yeah, he's an incredibly exciting player. I think I actually sort of calmed the hype on Bruno down a bit in the list. I think you guys have been impressed with him. I didn't think he was maybe quite as good as we originally thought. So he's high on the list, but maybe not as high as we originally had him down as. But he's an amazingly exciting player. Will he start for Brazil? Not 100% sure. But in the future, I think he could be a massively integral player for them. If they're building something, to the level of what they had in the 60s and 70s under Pele, when they dominated World Cups and won back-to-back World Cups. Is this the start of that? He could be an important player for that. I love watching him play, and I hope he stays at Newcastle, who I support for as long as possible. But if he has an amazing World Cup, it might shorten our time watching him at St James's Park. But excited to see what he can do in Qatar.
Yeah.
And obviously, we had to do battle with Ryan as well to try and keep off Plymouth Argyle players. There were 3 on the list when he put it together.
Yeah,
First,
Morgan Whittaker has made
Morgan
top
Whittaker's
15,
been snubbed. Yeah, he's better than Saka in my opinion, but just not getting the opportunity really.
Now, guys, we want to let everybody know what's in the magazine this month. Can we reveal the cover? There it is. It's an absolutely fantastic issue. The second of 2 World Cup issues that we've got. Features a big story about Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo's final pop at the World Cup. We got a big feature on Neymar, big feature on Kylian Mbappe, interviews with the likes of Micah Richards. I interviewed Andreas Bremer for it, the score of the winner in 1990. And of course, it includes our A1 giant wall chart, which you can see behind a couple of the lads on the call right now. So make sure you guys pop out and get that. And don't forget to visit FourFourTwo.com as well during the tournament, because we're going to have all the latest stories, all the latest features, lists, and things like that. And I think that just about wraps it up for today. So thank you very much for watching 442's World Cup in Motion. Keep your eyes peeled for more of these during the tournament itself. We're looking to go live at lunchtime on our Facebook and Twitter as often as we can to discuss the big talking points of the day. Don't forget to visit 442.com, as I've said. We've got hourly World Cup stories, daily quizzes, breaking news, and loads more. Follow us on social media. We're at 442 on Twitter and Facebook, and we're at 442 UK on Instagram. And as mentioned, our Stars of the World Cup issue is available in shops right now, and it comes with the wall chart. And it's just a magazine filled with World Cup stuff. So make sure you go and get that as well. Big thanks to Ketch, Mark, Ryan, and Connor for joining me. I've been Ed. Thank you very much for watching. And we'll be back very soon with another edition of 442's World Cup in Motion. Cheers.